scientists. It's good to have you. We are going to be making an explosive reaction with the paints that we created. With Mr. and Mrs. Allaire.
Hello.
Now what you should have is your sponge paintbrush, right?
Sponge brush.
Sponge brush. And our feather brush that we made, although yours is going to be different because you found something else around your house that you can make a paintbrush out of. You should have the paints that you froze overnight and the vinegar that's in your goodie bag. What I've made, and what you're going to be making as well, is an illustration of the respiratory system. Today, we're going to be painting it using what we made. So, the first step you're going to take is you're going to find a place where you can make a mess. We chose where?
We chose the sink, and as you can see, we have our ice cube paints here ready to go.
What we did was we extracted the paints from the ice cube tray, and we put them on a really old cutting board. You might find something at home as well. And we're using our sink because it's going to be easy to clean up this mess. And as you can see, Mr. Allaire here is protected.
Safety gear. Safety is the nnumber 1 thing.
Yeah. And fun. Fun is #1 too.
Yeah.
All right. So what you're going to do, Mr. Allaire, we're going to take the cap off of our vinegar.
Cap has been removed. I can smell it now.
I'm going to bring our camera down here. I've got it. And then Mr. Allaire, oh, you want to hold that, Mr.?
Whatever.
Here, why don't you use your gloved hand and then pour it over, and we should see a chemical reaction between the baking soda and the vinegar.
Ooh, bubbly.
I love it. That's fabulous. You guys like it? Oh, yeah. Mr. Allaire, would you mind holding the phone right there so that the kids can see, or our camera? All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my illustration of the respiratory system, and I'm going to fill in the soft tissue of my right lung and my left lung with my sponge brush here. You can go ahead and use any color that you like from your mixture here. So I pat it on to the sponge and I press it onto the paper like so. And it's going to make a spongy look to mimic the bronchi, the bronchioles, and the alveoli.
Beautiful color you've chosen.
Thank you so much, Mr. Allaire. Gonna go ahead and do the same on this side. And you should have a spongy effect as well. Oh, this is turning out so great.
Lovely.
I'm so impressed with the way that this turned out. Aren't you, Mr. Allaire?
Oh, it's wonderful.
That's so cool.
Science.
Now what we're going to do with our other brush, I'm going to set this aside. So I'm going to take our feather brush here, and I'm going to put it in to our paints down below. Let's see how this works. Maybe I'd like to give this guy some hair. That one not so much. Or just color in his face. You know, you could always use a makeover. Go ahead and pour it into put it into your chemically reactive paints. Maybe you want to make a border. So I'm going to make a feather border. Ooh la la. I hope you didn't use a feather at home, kiddos. This is not working as well. And if your paintbrush didn't work as well as your sponge brush did, you can go ahead and sponge it on in there. Oh yes, that's much better. And make your border for your illustration. Let's get messy. Well, Mr. Allaire and I, you guys can go ahead and keep going. Mr. Allaire, we hope that you have a lot of fun with your homemade chemically reactive paint and paintbrushes. And until next time, stay artistic.
Science.
Bye, kiddos.